What you guys are doing here tonight is amazing. You're listening. You've come out here to expose yourself to something new. That sets an example for the world and could transform our society. I'm Pearce, and I've recently realized that I like to run my mouth a lot. Somebody else does too. You know, I like to make myself heard and my opinions known. And so sometimes I find it really challenging to listen to other people, especially folks I disagree with. So it may come as no surprise to you all that I spent the last 5 years working in Washington, D.C. But since leaving D.C., I've gained a new perspective, and I've realized how harmful and how silly the rancor that has gripped American politics and society really is. It's damaging to us at every level. It's hurting our relationships and our productivity at the kitchen table, at our offices, in public, at school, in the halls of Congress, even in our international relations. There's no part of our society that would not benefit from and be transformed by a new commitment to listen to each other, to listen with respect and tolerance and understanding. Because guys, if we hope for a healthy and prosperous nation, we have got to stop demagoguing our neighbors because they see the world differently. You know, I think that behavior is immature, antisocial, and downright un-American. You know, as if not only their opinions, but they themselves are somehow less. So raise your hands if you are so sick of politics that you've completely tuned out. Anybody out there? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Politics is not the central battleground between good and evil, but that's how it seems. You know, I feel like there's a lot of gray area in public policy that is ripe for negotiation and maybe even that dirty C word, compromise. Legislating should be a more collective and bipartisan effort toward getting stuff done on behalf of us, normal folks who are so sick of the crap in Washington that we've just tuned out. But listen, by carrying that torch of division and demagoguery into our communities, we're successfully creating a country of warring factions that is tearing America apart at the seams. When it takes terrorists murdering thousands of our neighbors right here in this city to unite us, something is horribly wrong. But the good news is that we can turn this tide by doing something as simple as listening to each other. That doesn't mean being silent or passive. I'm talking about active listening. We all want to share our story, let our voices be heard, but maybe we can let the other person talk first. Maybe we can hear them out and ask questions about their perspective. I just saw a Texas pastor on Twitter who very wisely observed that sometimes it takes our mouth closing for our eyes to open. I think we have a moral responsibility to listen and gain an understanding of opposing viewpoints. I mean, what good is it to hold fiercely to a stance that we've not even bothered to weigh or pressure test against divergent perspectives? Too often, all of us engage in mutual reinforcement parties with friends of like mind. And technology has allowed our information sources to be so tailored that we're hearing exactly what we want to hear from people just like us without ever having our views questioned or challenged. We now have our own facts to match our own opinions, and that's dangerous. So, I've got a question for you guys. What do you think would happen if we stopped and sat down with somebody of a different, fresh perspective and just listened? What if we left as much bias and prejudice as humanly possible at the door? Now, imagine if that new good practice of yours were adopted on park benches across America, in school cafeterias, in your office. What if it happened in the halls of Congress? We'll still hold different, competing views, of course, but I hope we'd be able to move beyond slander and seek common ground with a new appreciation and understanding of the other side. So in an effort to promote that transformation in our discourse, we've launched the Listen First Project. Listen First Project seeks to encourage and facilitate greater understanding, cooperation, and respect by encouraging that timeless, but it would certainly seem forgotten practice of listening to each other. We want folks to listen, regardless of politics, religion, race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, education, or any of the many things that have divided us. You know, Listen First Project believes that the power of listening can change the world. And we've got a widely diverse group of leaders who have come together to join in this mission, to make an impact on society, one conversation at a time. We are so honored to be partnering with Play-diem in their tremendous work on behalf of local artists in New York City and music lovers right here tonight. We would also be honored to partner with you, for you to join this movement. I'm asking you to join me in making a personal pledge. A pledge to fully listen to and consider another person's views before you share your own. You know, what if we pledge to prioritize respect and understanding above our own ideas, and then encouraged our friends to do the same? Can you do that? Can you? Imagine what would happen if we all did. LFP's message has already been printed in newspapers around the country, and it's garnered a tremendously positive reaction. This very simple challenge to listen is resonating in widely diverse corners, from students and teachers to pastors and politicians. One person said that they believe LFP can be a powerful, awesome, national and international movement in the years to come. So now, I'm asking you to take it into your community, to be a part of something bigger than any of us, to make a difference, to join together to change the conversation and ultimately change our world. It starts with me, and it starts with you. We have power to effect dramatic change by doing something so simple, basic, and free. Something you're already doing right here tonight. Just listening. Hey, if you don't think this idea is powerful, look at me. 2 months ago, I was on a bus riding across Africa in the middle of the night. I was thinking back on my years in DC and the America that I'd stepped back into. And I was inspired to pull out the iPad and just start writing about listening. 2 months later, here I am, on stage in Central Park, sharing the message with you guys. If the message and mission of Listen First Project speaks to you, if you want to be a part of this movement, please go to listenfirstproject.org. You can sign the pledge and check us out. If you're a tweeter, share your thoughts with hashtag ListenFirst. We'll retweet you. Share this challenge with your friends. Encourage them to push beyond their comfort zones, to be bold, and to make a difference. Guys, you've been so generous tonight to listen to me, and I'd love the opportunity to listen to you as well. Please stop by the Listen First Project table. You can sign the pledge right there. You can learn more about how to engage in this movement. And I've got a whole bunch of bumper stickers that I'd love to give you. I'd also love to facilitate some real discussions while we're here tonight. You know, if you're ready right now to start listening, to have chats with fellow music lovers in Central Park who may or may not see the world the same way you do, come on over. It takes courage, but it's a lot of fun. And if you don't get a chance to stop by, feel free to reach out at listenfirstproject.org. Email me directly, Pearce@listenfirstproject.org. Guys, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my personal realization and my new mission. Thank you to Play-diem and to these incredible artists for putting on an amazing show for all of us tonight and allowing Listen First Project to be a part of it. I believe it's time for a new day in America. It's time to listen. Thank you.